recording it, and it will be available on our OneDrive, but obviously not shared on a public platform. So on that note, I'm very excited to present Charmaine. Charmaine, I think from my side, I can only see from your nose up. You look like Mr. Wilson. That's better, thank you. We could just see your eyes peeking over the top of the screen. I would like to introduce Charmaine, and I'm not going to really do too much of an intro about Charmaine because she's going to run through, where she is from and all of her background experience and what she is currently involved with. Charmaine was our president last year. She's immediate past president of Coschem at the moment. So Charmaine, on that note, over to you. I'm talking too much. Thank you. And thank you everybody for joining us. I think if you have any questions, if we can just put them or put them in the chat and we can address them at the end of the presentation. Okay, Charmaine, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Bridget. Can you see me clearly now? Because I can't see
I can.
the screen now. Good. Okay.
I can see you on the top left of the screen.
And you can see the screen.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
You can see your whole face, not just your nose and your eyes. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you for attending. I can't see everybody online now because I'm sharing my screen, but welcome. So yeah, I'm going to just kick off talking about myself. I don't like talking about myself. But yeah, just to give everybody a brief insight to my career and my journey. Yeah, and please ask questions in between. This is, I don't like just looking at a screen and not seeing anybody, but it's nicer to see faces when I'm talking, but of course we have to keep the cameras off. But yeah, so welcome. So just a bit about myself. I think most of you know, I've seen a few new people online. I'm a senior product development chemist at Amco Products. I currently started at Amco. I'm currently the immediate past president of Coschem and head of social committee. I have 23 years of experience in the cosmetic industry, and I'm a mother of 2 beautiful girls. I know a lot of people, when you introduce yourself, you basically just stick to the working career and not basically talking a lot about your personal life, but I'm a proud mother as well, and I take my hat off for all the people working from home, being full-time moms. Let's just see if this skips. There we go. So yeah, with my journey, I basically started studying, when I was very young. I started off studying beauty technology. Actually, I didn't want to study beauty technology at first. I wanted to study marine biology, and that was actually based in PE at the time. And yeah, it was a bit expensive. I grew up with my dad and 2 brothers. A single parent looking after 3 kids is difficult. Yes, and he provided for us and he looked after us perfectly. But yeah, with that being said, I knew I was loving the beauty side of things, and I went for beauty technology. My cousin even studied hair care, basically with the Pretoria College, and I was at the Pretoria Technikon. And I soon realized I don't like giving treatments. I actually loved the science behind it because my teacher in the science class never saw me because everything I knew. But yeah, that's been said, I would rather go for a treatment. So at the end of the day, I started up studying production management. And yeah, gave me more insight on the production side. And at that time, I actually started working at CW Pharmaceuticals. That was the first job that I got. That will be on these pointers that I made is just to take me through my journey and remember what to say. So I'm going to overlap on some of the slides. Yeah, so I was lab manager there, did the production management. I also studied a cosmetic science diploma. It was still called a diploma back in the days. And with this cosmetic science diploma course, it gives you a lot of insight on starting up with your career and how if you want to develop or what type of career you want to go into, if you want to go into technical sales or you want to become an analytical chemist or, there's different opportunities in the industry. And I think our industry is very broad that people don't know what everything entails, from manufacturing to QC, to development, from packaging engineering, marketing, PR, all of that is involved around a beauty product, basically. I'd also studied packaging engineering. I was at that time with Tiger Brands. I did development, or basically development chemist and a packaging engineer at the same time, which I quite enjoyed. And currently I'm still busy with a bachelor's of business administration. I've got about, I think, 7 subjects left after the 2 I just wrote in the first semester, and I can't wait for it to be done. Yes, and the other things that I also loved doing and studied was photography, that a lot of people know that knows me. I've done about 8 courses there. It was more of an entrepreneurial thing, and I want to start my own business with everything that I basically were involved in. I'm a qualified Zumba instructor. You won't say it now because I've gained a bunch of weight after the babies. And of course, yeah, Zumba I love. I don't know if the girls or everybody, are there men on the line as well? So if you know Zumba, it's very calming and relaxing. So yeah, I've got to do that and I enjoyed it. I also done my sculpture nails, because if you look at my nails, I do my nails myself. And yeah, that was basically from a study point of view. So work-wise, I basically started with CW Pharmaceuticals, like I just mentioned, as my first position as R&D manager. Gained a lot of knowledge and expertise there, how the product actually works. And you know, a lot of people, Coschem, you know, if you do the diploma and you enter into the diploma, it gives you a bit of insight to the development world. But you got to start from scratch and basically, you know, through manufacturing, learn all the aspects around the ingredients. Because I can remember at the time when I was there, I got, at that time we still use CDs, and then the memory stick started. I got CDs, brochures, everything, which I basically used and studied to gain more experience on development. So you know, you've got to know the ingredients and what it involves, what the technical aspects involve. When you're developing a formulation, what raw materials you're choosing. And I actually started studying all of that and gained my experience through manufacturing, QC, and whatever was involved. At Prime Products, I was R&D chemist for a while. That was based in Palladava. And then Adcock Ingram at the time, you know, pursued, or yeah, basically offered me a position as a product development chemist. I was a product development chemist there for a year, and the second year I did both because I studied the packaging engineer side and I wanted to know a little bit more what entails packaging and the design that goes into it for development, basically. And then, and you know, that's more on the commodity side. And then Avon Justine being a little bit more niche products. I worked at Avon Justine being a product development chemist there. I was there for 2 years when my daughter was born. And then, of course, I got something closer to home, which was SRT in Centurion. Basically, with that manufacturing site, working together with Yilda, I set up that plant. Yes, and I did development and everything there. And then I actually went back to Avon Justine at a time, and with the traveling, you know, it wasn't Grayston and then a Wordmeet. I decided I want to start my own business. So I started Misa Development, a consultancy business, the salon and photography studio as well. Did very well. And yeah, I'm going to carry through on the next slide. I basically joined Kempia as a key account manager for personal care. I'm just going to talk through it. So with Misa, my husband started with his epilepsy attacks, and I decided one should be fixed and the other one should consult. So we've got to realize we have a working career, but with our working career, our personal life still go on, and personal life do happen. It's not cast in stone what you planned in the future, but things do happen along the way. How you change your career, you know, to fit your lifestyle and to be there for your family, your kids, your husband. So I joined Kempia as a key account manager for personal care. Enjoyed working there. And then AECI, I joined as a product manager with Turea, basically. And then I'm now with Amca Products as a senior product development chemist in health and beauty. And now if you look through my career here, you'll basically see I started off with development, packaging, engineering, QC, all of that kind of things. into technical sales and back into development again. And yeah, like I just mentioned to you, reasons for that is my dad brought my two brothers and myself up. You know, everybody would always look at you and think, yes, your lifestyle is great. Even last year, you know, when I became the president of Coschem, people would say, okay, now you're on the, you know, on the high side or the bigger side of things, but ultimately it's not always about that. You know, you start from somewhere, and it's where you want to be in life. It's actually not where you come from, but being brought up also entails around that, because it's the start of you developing your personality and career and what you want to be. So yes, we were brought up tough, but we got through it. And you know, my dad and my two brothers, we're very close now, still. And yeah, we look after each other. And in 2009, I met my husband. I got married. It was a highlight of my life, you know, when you're young. And Michaela was born in 2010. It's my firstborn. She's 12 years old now. And then I was diagnosed with a blood clot in 2011, 2012. That's the time I was still working at SRT with the facility and everything. Yeah, gone through a year's treatment there, and I can tell you now, like I said, your plan in life with your career and your personal life is not cast in stone. Things do happen along the way. There are reasons for it. It's to build you, make you stronger. And yeah, through faith, I got through this, and with a year's treatment with wonderful people that I've you know, got to know along the way, because I always see relationships as much more important than anything else in the world. And we've got through the year treatment, cleared of it completely. And then, of course, that same year, my husband's first epilepsy attack started. And yeah, it gives you a little bit of a depression, if I can say. If I think about it and I look back on it, you would think there was a little bit of depression. I think because there's so many things happening at once, and you still got to carry on with your career and push through it and grow, because you've got aspirations and you want to be successful. So yeah, all those things happened. And then, of course, when I miscarried in 2014, I was with Ava and Justine at that time. I'm just talking about my personal life, that you can get an idea. Everybody works from somewhere to get somewhere. It's not always a joyous ride, but you've got to tackle the ride with all the hurdles, the greatness that comes with it. So yes, that took me about 1.5 years to actually talk about. It is very traumatizing, so my heart and everything goes out to any woman that tells me about a miscarriage. So yeah, got through that, worked through that, and Abigail was born in 2016. We thought we won't be able to have more kids again, but our blessing came along, and I've got another daughter, which is now 6 years old. So this is just to recap, you know, if you are looking for a career, which I'll explain a little bit more on the last slide. Coschem, everybody that's on here that are members or non-members or want to be a member, I've always been a member of Coschem. I joined the seminar committee in 2017. And yeah, basically 2018, 2019, headed up the seminar committee. Became the vice president of Coschem in 2020, also continuing heading up the seminar committee. And then in 2021, I became the president of Coschem, head of memberships. And in 2022, the immediate past president of Coschem, headed up social committee. So with this slide, I wanted to tell people a little bit more about Coschem. I always refer to us as one big family. That's where your relationships form, your partnerships form, where we learn from each other, because you learn something every day. I still learn something every day. And if you're doing the diploma course, that will give you that first step into the right direction of what you want to study. Even though if you did beauty as a background and you want to know more about the beauty will link into development in any case. If you want to be more on the cosmetic side, or if you want to do like designing, do artwork for magazines or stuff like that. There's so much opportunities, and not just that in the Coschem committee, because we're all members of the Society of Cosmetic Chemists. You get to know and interact with people on your journey that will help you with your growth along the way as well. You can join any committee basically on Coschem. You can become a member at first, join a committee. It's not a lot of work. We all sit as groups together, have meetings online, and just schedule the events for the year to keep Coschem going. So from committees, you get onto council, and then from council, you get onto exco. So all the new members, there are a lot of opportunities in Coschem. Like I said, we're a family. And if you want to join, I think, Bridget, you've got an email address, you've got all the details. If you want to do the diploma course, or it is now our Society Cosmetic course, you know, pop a mail and also become part of the committee and basically the family of Coschem, if I can put it that way. So I've put a few pictures for you just to give you about my journey as well. That's when I got married. That's Michaela, that How to Train a Dragon. Teddy, I went to look all over for in London. Bianca was by my side at that time when we were traveling. That was when Abigail was born, basically. And so, yeah, that's my family. This is when I did my Zumba instructors course, and basically photography. So those I'm still passionate about. And the memberships I want you to see through here, what I just mentioned to you as part of being Coschem and through the membership, basically, is all these people are part of Coschem. These are relationships that you build and that you treasure basically forever. So yeah, I think if there's people on the line and they see that picture, I couldn't squeeze in all the pictures, but I've squeezed it in. That's why I like Facebook so much. It gives me all my pictures. So yes, Andre Berger, that passed, beautiful person. And of course, you see Tiff and Norman. Those are all people in these industries with businesses or working for companies. So all the relationships I treasure, just to show you a little bit more about all our Coschem events. And these were taken at Coschem events, that you can have a look at that. Here's Damador as well. I have the privilege to work with him now at AMCO. And yeah, that was basically our year function last year, online digital platform for our conferences. Yes. So those are just a few pictures to show you. I don't know if I can talk through all the pictures, but it's basically to show you this was one of our seminar committees that we had, online or basically on-site seminar. There's Leanne, and yeah, some more pics that we've done through the Coschem event that you just can see what it entails and what we do. So if you want to seek your passion, you got to decide what is it that you want to do in life. What is your passion? If you do not like development, I mean, then this is not, development chemist is not precisely for you. But if you want to pursue a career in analytical chemistry, design, marketing, there's so many opportunities. And with that, you know, the Coschem is basically a backbone for that, in getting that insight through the course, basically. So the first thing you've got to look at is, what is your passion in life? Like, I didn't like history when I was at school. Even if my husband asked me a question about something on history, I wouldn't know. It doesn't sit in my brain. You know, if you give me anything that's technical, I'll absorb that like immediately, and I can repeat it in, you know, like instantly after it. So it depends on what you want out of life and what is your passion to go forward in life. Study, yes, of course, study is important. We learn something every day, but there's people, we've got people basically that are millionaires, that became millionaires. Not that I'm saying money is everything, but without a degree. So if you are an entrepreneur, or you want to be more entrepreneurial and learn something along the way, want to study or not, push through it, and, you know, work on your passion. If you want to achieve in life, I think it's to develop that passion, learn more about the passion along the way that you want to be, where you see yourself being happy in, and work towards that. because yeah, a lot of people would say degrees, it doesn't matter if you have a degree or not. I think that theme came up. A lot of people said, you know, I've even seen something on LinkedIn that you can still be an idiot if you have a degree. So it doesn't matter about degree or not. I think it's the knowledge that you build and making yourself stand out and being successful at what you learned and what you're passionate about and what you want to reach towards to in life, study or not. Relationships, like I mentioned through the presentation, and as you could see through all the pictures, we build relationship every day of our lives. We build a relationship even at home with our family and our kids, and I treasure relationships. I think the relationships means more to me than anything else in the industry. Of course, gaining knowledge, that's very important to me, and standing out of what I know and becoming stronger at what I know. That to me is key. But yeah, always look at your relationships. If you learn from someone, don't learn to be better than someone else, you know, because we all learn something every day. You learn to work with people and be passionate about people and what you do in your career going forward. People would always remember relationships, because I can give you an example. When I became the Coschem president, and we were talking with colleagues downstairs, I was still at ACI, and you know, they were saying, oh, now you're hanging with the big guns or whatever. And I said to him, you know, do you know the president of Coschem? And he said, no, the other guy that was standing next to him. And I said, okay, do you know Charmaine and he said, yes. So, of course, that to me, people know you for who you are, what you stand for in any company that you want to work in, and, you know, strive towards a positive future. Be the person that you want to be, and be yourself. You've got to be your unique self, and show people who you are. And of course, the career comes with relationships, because we all work in industries that we have relationships. It's not like you're working in an office with a closed door and you don't see people every day. We work together to achieve the bigger goal, and that is to be successful and make the company successful so that you have a job at the end of the day. So personal life and career, they all go hand in hand with each other. Your personal life may affect things that happened or happens going towards the future, but the thing is, it makes you stronger. Keep the faith, stay positive, and, you know, like I say, always be happy that you've got another day in life. So live your life to the fullest and enjoy doing it. And that's, you know, links in with the passion. What is it that you want to do? You've got to feel passionate about what you want to do. If you go into work every day and do not like what you're doing, you're not going to have that passion to, you know, go the extra mile or take the next big step or come up with something innovative. Yeah, so that's something to think about. Titles, everybody knows titles don't bother me. I know titles should be there because of a reporting structure, organizational organum, but I treat everybody the same. If if I meet people, you'll know I'll meet everybody that knows me knows this, and they know I treat absolutely everybody the same. I feel everybody has an important duty. It doesn't matter in any department that you're, anywhere you're working, from, you know, reception to there, everybody has a role to play. If that person is not there, it breaks a link in the cycle of being successful company. So yeah, I'm not really bothered about titles. I'm more bothered about knowledge, and basically being at best at what you can be and growing your knowledge in what you do. Success and happiness also goes hand in hand with each other. Successful, we all want to be successful. I think it is part of being human. Each and every person wants to be successful, but be successful in what you love. We all got different talents. We received all different talents, and that makes so many different people so unique. I mean, you know, we watched Top Gun, and I've said to my husband, you know what? People are so blessed with different talents, and I must just develop those talents in the right way. Because if you put me in an airplane now, I'll crash it immediately. I wouldn't be even to fly like they did. And heights, not at all. I won't be able to survive if you put me, even if you tell me to go bungee jumping. If I basically drop off there and I get back up, you're dead. So yeah, it's basically to seek that success with the happiness that goes with it. And relationships, like I said, is very important, and grow from there. So this is something I just want to leave with you. It's a message that's basically my status for all the years. I've never changed it. It's something I live by. When I saw this line, it just speaks to me, and I read it every day, and it keeps me positive. So you miss 100% of all the shots you do not take. So people got to think about your career, your future, personal or working. What is it that you want out of life? What do you want to achieve out of life? Don't think about titles and stuff like that. Think about yourself, the success you want to be, and the person that you want to be, and what you want to be good at, and do that. So yeah, thank you for listening. Those are my kids, 12 and 6 years old. They're growing. I'm getting older. I don't know if anybody wants to ask questions. I think that's 30 minutes, Bridget.
Yeah, it goes quickly when you're having fun, hey, Charmaine.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We can open the platform to questions now. I know there was a question from Kamotso. She had asked if you preferred or loved development more than the sales.
Actually, I love both. I get a kick out of making money, of course, making a company successful. Everybody knows that. If I can reach a target or do something, but it has to be technical. I love technical. If you give technical to me in sales, in any kind of form, I love it. And to tell you the honest truth, even in sales, and we still do development for some customers. Customers actually build the relationships. That's where the relationship comes in. Ask you advice of how to do something, or go develop in their labs. So to tell you the honest truth, as long as it's technical, I enjoy both.
Thank you. Are there any other questions for Charmaine? You can just unmute your microphone. Thank you for sharing your adventure with us. As I said, it really is a very, well, I don't even know what the word is. It's inspiring to see where people have started and where they are now. As I said at the beginning, it's really amazing when you see somebody that has, educated themselves and, you really got going, Charmaine. It wasn't like life let you get down. You decided you were going to, save for yourself, educate yourself, and make a success of your life. And it was your own, you're very inspiring in that regard. So thank you. I see there is a hand up. Let me see. You can just unmute your microphone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Paul here from a company called Freshmore Brands.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted just to quickly find out if maybe somebody needs to get some advice, from Charmaine. How possible is that? Because we are a new company, into the mouthwash space, and such inspiring stories, experience, I think definitely one would want to tap into that and utilize that. She spoke about relationships. I think that's very also key for me, so I would want to, tap into that experience of Charmaine, and learn quite a lot from her,
Oh, anytime. I've put my number on the chat. Everybody knows my number. You can give me a call, but there's my number for the people that don't know. You can give me a call anytime. And we can chat.
I think the important thing is, and that's what we're sort of saying about Coschem, is, there's a membership, but it's a voluntary joining, and the people are there to really inspire and motivate each other. So, Charmaine has gone from the background of also being, if you're doing technical sales, you obviously are assisting and consulting people because you want them to be successful at the end of the day. So if you have a concept and a brand, there's a lot of consultants in the personal care industry. So Paul, maybe you can also just pop me an email again. There is a list of consultants you can contact. If you're batting with formulation or development, you know, you can contact those people to assist you. Charmaine, there's another question here. It says, where did you do your packaging engineering diploma?
That was true. Well, look, if you look at the PC Review, the magazine that we have that goes up monthly, that's part of memberships in Coschem. The front would be the Cosmetic Science Review, and in the back is the packaging engineering. Now, Clive Clover, that also passed away, he headed up the packaging engineering at the Wits University. I'm not sure who's doing that. You can go on site and Google packaging engineering. They do that diploma course. I thoroughly enjoyed it. He was an excellent teacher. He did photography as well. He did a lot of packaging photography for PC Review. But if you want to know more, need help on it, give me a call. I can always find out and pop your mail through. I don't have a problem doing that. If you need any assistance or just want to talk, you know, what you're doing and where you want to be in life, you know, I'm open for a chat. I think I've learned a lot of lessons through life that guided me through my career that I can possibly share with you that might help you in a way. We never know. It's always nice to talk to people. If you talk and you get some advice, it always points you in the right direction. So communication is very key. So yeah, pop me a mail. I have a beautiful smile. Oh, thanks, everybody.
And there's a question, sorry, from Paul. Paul, you can just unmute your microphone.
Hi, Charmaine.
Hi, Komotso.
No, Paul, not
Bridget, thank you so much for this opportunity. Charmaine, thank you so much for sharing. I'm a mom of 2 girls as well. So it's quite inspiring to actually see a working career mom having achieved so much as you have. Oh gosh, I think I've got a lot of questions.
Don't go for it.
But I think I just really wanted to say thank you so much for sharing your life. I think I'll give you a call, and yeah, I am an entrepreneur and a working mom in a completely different field,
Yes.
but very passionate about hair care and skin care, more on the natural side.
Yes, wonderful.
So I would like to engage a bit with you. So I'll give you a call, and thank you for releasing your numbers for us to call you.
No problem. And congratulations on being a mother as well. I think we should take more pride in that. Not that we get a lot of time for it, but yes.
You know.
Give me a call anytime.
Oh, no, I definitely will. And then I wanted to ask Bridget, so I saw on your website, there's a correspondence and part-time. I'm assuming there is a difference, right? Part-time would
well,
be...
it's actually not. We sort of call it a part-time course because obviously everybody's studying, well, working full-time and then studying part-time. So the course is actually now, everything is done part-time. So the lectures are on a Tuesday evening from 5 o'clock on a Tuesday, and it runs from February to August. And then you write an exam in October. So, I mean, it's structured. We say part-time because it's structured with, you know, people are working full-time. But it's not that there's a full-time lecture. And then when we said correspondence, everything is actually now almost on the online platform at this stage of the game. So it isn't that there's 2 different courses. It's the same course. It's just that we originally had a Joburg class where people would come into the office and we'd then have the correspondence that we're receiving notes through the post. Of course, everything is now with COVID, everything is just on the online platform.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
And then I saw that there's a part where you talk about having access to a lab or something to that effect.
Yes.
Yeah, that's if you are part of the cosmetic science course. So in the second year, part of your second year requirement is to complete a project, which is a product brief. So obviously we've got a very basic lab. We're still setting up part of it. But are you looking for a lab for business development? I mean, our lab is more aimed for the students at this stage of the game.
No, I'm just asking. I think there's practicals that we need to do within the course, because I am intending to do the course. So I just wanted to know, when you talk about the lab, access to a lab. Can
Yes.
kitchen be a lab, depending on what?
Yeah.
Because
For
currently
the
my
first year,
kitchen
yeah, it's
is
just a
my
kitchen
lab.
practical in the first year, so you can do that at home. Second year, obviously, you need access to an incubator and a stirrer and things like that.
Okay.
And, you know, a lot of and this is where the networking again comes in, and same for Paul, is that, you know, once you've met somebody, you've discussed something, you can bounce things off other people. And a lot of our suppliers, our manufacturers, our technical salespeople, they've all gone through the course. So a lot of the companies do offer their own labs up to the students. You just need to obviously contact them. So even if you can't use a Coschem lab, there are other companies that can assist you with that for your project for the second year.
Okay.
And I think someone also just asked how long is the course? It's 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. And
Okay, thank you so much.
there's a wonderful support group as well. I mean, we all there. Guzai's heading up the education committee at the moment, but we've got the whole support group behind that. But yeah, if you need questions, Bridget can answer or point it into the Exco Council, and there's always people to assist you. We want to do some more practical sessions during the course of the year to assist all the students as well, just to get them into how to develop, say, like just a quick base of a surfactant, say a wash and a lotion, and like a lip balm, something just oil based. So we want to go work towards that, and do about 3 practical sessions in the first year to make it easier for the second year.
I know you said you had lots of questions, Mpo. I don't know if you want to pose another question.
So, gosh, so I have kind of started developing hair care products. And I mean, initially I had looked for a school, and I obviously just started researching, doing a bit of researching. So I wanted to know, oh gosh, how do I even pose this question? Oh gosh, you know what? I think
maybe give me a call and then we
can.
Okay, no problem.
No, it is overwhelming. You know, that's the thing, is like where you're starting and to where you're having a concept, and that's why it's nice to talk to the consultants. I mean, Kgomoto's also put her details into the chat. Kgomoto is on technical sales, and they specifically actually deal with hair care. You know, so when you're looking for raw material, they will also give you a lot of technical advice. They can even help you with the formulation and development. You know, there's many sides to the sword, if you want to call it that. So, you know, if you've got an idea and a concept and you're an entrepreneur, you don't have to be the expert. No. You don't have to go through the cosmetic science course. You can contact a consultant, you can contact the raw material suppliers, you can contact the manufacturers, and they can assist you. So if you're more of a business brain, like Charmaine said, find your passion, find your drive, you focus on what you do, and you find the specialist that can help you. And then you drive forward and you move forward in that regard. But I mean, I'm also working remotely, but I mean, the office is available. You can phone the office or pop me an email and we can have a chat. You know, and sometimes you think you want to go to point A, but you actually want to go to point B. And, you know, it's really just a case of, you know, if you want the knowledge for yourself, you can do the cosmetic science course. You know, there's so many ways to skin the cat, if that makes any sense. Okay.
And then I think Ayanda also just wanted to know, does she want to join Coschem? Pop Bridget the mail, and she can actually send through our presentation if you want to join one of the committees. It's education committee, social, seminar committee, lecture evenings, PR, scientific. If you want to join one of the committees, there is a head of each and every committee. Eventually, when you support a committee, and as we grow, you become a head of a committee. And then from a head of a committee, you join council, and from council, you go to Exco. So it's all about the involvement and your contribution in the Society of Cosmetic Industry, basically. And from there, you build your relationships and you work with people and you work in this committee together and you can decide which committee you want to be on. And from there, the options would be for growth.
And then I think Pumalani, was your hand is also up there. You can just unmute your microphone.
Hi, Bridget. Hi, Charmaine.
Hi, Pumalani.
Thank you so much for the lovely presentation. Bridget is aware that I'm one of the students for next year. I'm just waiting for the registration to open, you know.
Yes.
But looking at your here on the mail that was sent, presentation, research and development. I just wanted to find out, saying research and development, does it entail that the scratch and research what's there in the market formula for another product? Does it really entail? Because I see the raw material higher technicals that I understand, but research and development in terms of the hacker space, what does it really entail? I'll listen to the answer.
You're breaking up a little bit. I couldn't hear.
Okay.
Yeah, Melanie, sorry, I thought it was just me, but it's totally distorted. So I was hoping Charmaine got the tail end of that. I think you were asking about R&D, what that all entails. Otherwise, I don't know if you want to pop it in the chat because it seemed like it was distorting the question.
All right, I will do that. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, and then Ayanda, you can just unmute your mic. Thanks, Ayanda.
Hi, Bridget. Hi, Charmaine.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Good, and you?
Charmaine, thank you so much. I think it's the second time I'm coming across Coschem.
Yes.
I actually did BSc in chemistry at varsity. And then I just started my own hair care products, and I'm more natural. So with me, I was looking for a school here in South Africa, but I wasn't finding anything. I was more finding things overseas, and I was a bit skeptical to join. But I'm happy that we have something like this here at home, and I can actually come and reach out because through my formulation, there is one formulation that has been giving me some issues. And I was like trying so hard to try and understand what is happening. It's somehow it's not stable. So I heard you speak about that. We can actually come to you guys and you can advise on formulation. I hope to talk to you. Maybe you guys can just help me and just give me light on maybe I'm missing something. Yeah.
Charmaine, sorry, I muted your microphone because there was feedback there, but you can just unmute. Sorry, I think that's why there was also the distortion because you can hear yourself talking back. It's terrible. Sorry, man. Ayanda, obviously, Coschem is an association, so we would be the networking kind of portal. We would connect you with the right people, send you to a formulator that can maybe help you. But I think if you're going that route, potentially there would be a cost involved there. And obviously the people that are supplying your raw materials could probably potentially help you as well. So I don't know if you could go back to the people that supplied the raw materials and they can assist you in that regard. But Charmaine now works at a finished product company, so you wouldn't do any testing at your side either at AMCA, unfortunately.
No. She's entrepreneurial. She wants to start her own product and she's struggling with it. So she can go onto the Coschem website. There's a lot of consultants there that could give you advice, or you can get advice through the suppliers, which also have technical chemists. And through the support of selling you raw materials, the technical people get involved to support you with the formulation. So there is someone asked about who the suppliers are. If you're part of Coschem and have a membership, PC Review is basically a magazine that goes out every month as part of the membership. Abby is there. So you'll see from the PC Review how many distributors there are, suppliers, that you can contact, and they actually advertise their raw materials in there, which is intriguing from someone that also mentioned they're doing more natural. If you want to become more sustainable, or if you're looking for preservatives or some type of formulations, they do advertise it in there. There's a very long list of suppliers in South Africa, distributors that we represent from overseas. So you will be able to get all the information in the PC Review if you get that magazine monthly as well. And when chatting to these distributors, they can always point you to another distributor that might have this product. So definitely you would be able to learn from that.
Yeah, the P&C Review, which is our industry magazine partner, the Pharmaceutical and Cosmetic Review magazine, they actually, I've just popped it in the chat, they've got something called the Supplier's Guide. So if you go there, it's a bit of a weird setup. You go to the right-hand side and there's a drop-down box there. I'm just mentioning it because it took me ages to find it when I first went there. And then you log on, it gives you lists of consultants, and it says manufacturing equipment, raw material suppliers, and they listed there. So you can go and specifically say, let's say you're looking for beeswax or palm oil, you list it there and it will list all the suppliers there. If you're really stuck, you can also contact the Coschem office and we can assist you in that regard.
Yes.
And then if you had a BSc, and you, I just want to have a look here, BSc in formulation science. Yeah, unfortunately with the cosmetic science course, there's no exemption for any of the units. You know, if you feel confident in that particular subject, you could review the course content, run through the self-assessments and references and answers at the back. But what they actually do with the cosmetic science course is after the first 10 units, there's a tutorial based on those 10 units. After the next 10, and then so during the course of the year, you would do 3 tutorials based on the course content. But we don't offer any credits for previously studied subjects.
Yeah, and with that, if you got the background in formulation science, what the Coschem course is going to assist you with is you starting from scratch with different scenarios, so almost troubleshooting to explain to the lecturers, basically teaching you how you're developing this formulation from scratch, basically, and how you're troubleshooting, knowing the ingredient itself, how it interacts with other ingredients, and this is the solution, or this is what you're getting. And then, of course, leading up to the second year, you do the full project. So that full project would be actually everything that you do from developing the product, costing of the product, the manufacturing method, analytical stability, everything to the end that you have to choose for this project, running through manufacturing facility, the packaging, the design of the product, the stability of the packaging together with the formulation, all of that comes into play for your final product that you ultimately do when you are developing. And it's also very good for all the salespeople. We have a lot of key account managers, product managers that have done the cosmetic science course that assist them in selling raw materials to customers on the technical aspects of these raw materials, if that makes sense.
Thanks, Charmaine. I don't know if there's any other questions, but guys, if you do have queries, you're welcome to contact the Coschem office. Charmaine's popped a number through. Promoter's been online. You know, we are here, and as we said, as an industry, it benefits. You know, if you're educated and you've got a concept and an idea, it benefits the whole chain of command, if that makes any sense. So, thank you very, very much for your time. And as I say, you're welcome to contact the office, pop me an email, and we can go from there. I don't know if there's any other last question that we can take.
Yes, please. My last question. Is there a joining fee to be a member?
For Coschem, yes, there's a membership fee. If you join now, it'll probably only be a half-yearly fee. Look, if you do, what I would propose is if you're looking at completing the cosmetic science course, the registration opens now in September, although the course only starts in February. But literally that first week that we open registration, it's closed because we limit the intake of students, just because we have limited, you know, the specialists are limited, so we keep a small number of students online. So if you're wanting to go that route, I would propose that when you apply to do the course, that you join your membership up. It's an individual membership. If you join now, you would pay a half-yearly fee, which would run basically from June to December, and then the new membership fee would run again from January to December. So it runs annually from January to December, and it would be 1,897. So you would pay half of that if you join now.
Oh, okay.
But you can also just pop me an email, and we can go from there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. All right, and Charmaine, a big thank you. As I say, we had just decided as a PR committee to really extend our reach and share with people what our members have gone through. People have come from all sorts of backgrounds. Our next talk will be on the 3rd of August. That will be Kim. She's more from a technical sales point of view, but I mean, she's gone through the recruitment agencies, come from a healthcare background. And then on the 12th of October, we've got Chantal, who's also sort of raw material consultant background and more on the nutrition side. So it's nice to see where people have started and how they're involved in our sector.
Yeah, thank you everybody for listening to the talk. I appreciate everybody online. So pop me a call or a mail if you need some more information. Hope to see you all at Coschem soon. Hopefully we can have on-site meetings soon. And
yeah, we lose that. Yeah, I mean, a big part of Coschem is the networking, and you know, we try and do it digitally, but you can see it's not the same thing. You know, if you're sitting having a cup of tea, we won't find out a lot more information about you than just having this digital black screen that we're looking at.
Yes, that's true.
But one of these days.
Yes, yes.
Okay, guys, enjoy your day. Thank you for your inspiration, Charmaine.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.